Happy Friday, everybody. It's Justice for Comics. Wanted to review the Hot 10 list from CBSI, comicbookinvest.com, and review their top 10 lists, see what you guys think. So let's jump on into it here with number 10. Black Cat, Volume 3, Number 1. This is the J. Scott Campbell Le Chat Noir variant. I mean, it's kind of a cool cover. I'm not a huge J. Scott Campbell fan. You kind of either are or you're not. But he has plenty of fans. His books tend to get pretty hot for modern books. And this one looks like it's around $75 to $100 at the moment. Signed copies maybe going for a little bit more. Not anything I'm interested in. The Black Cat that just came out. It's just I don't know how many covers. I mean, there's between store variants and Marvel issued variants. There's probably 40 different covers for Black Cat number 1. Just not a title I'm interested in collecting. I have her first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man, and that's the extent of my collection of Black Cat. So I've not really bought much of her books in the past, of that character's books in the past. Number 9, Incredible Hulk 418. Says here, after settling back in the $5 to $6 range after the Captain Marvel movie, interest rose again this week. Now sales are back to the $15 range for the first appearance of Talos. So I don't know much about this book. I mean, I wasn't a big Incredible Hulk collector back in the 90s, but back in the 90s you had huge print runs. Peter David doing the writing scribs on that probably was decent. Gary Frank, this was before Gary Frank kind of refined his drawing. I think he's a lot better today than he was back then. But with time and experience comes more skill, I suppose. So, that's just something, if you find it in a back issue bin, which very well you could. There's a comic book shop near me where the guy just bought a huge collection and he hasn't even had time to go through the books yet. I may get a crack at looking at some of the books. And, he might give me a deal if I can find something. So that'll be one I'll be looking for, maybe if I have some time to look through them. But we'll see. Number 8, Black Cat, Volume 3, Number 1, the Todd Nowick Walmart variant. I have no idea what this is, but I guess a 3-pack of these sold at Walmart. And it looks like it's going around $20. Yeah. I would say if you own that, I would throw it up on eBay as fast as you can. Number 7, Ultimate Fantastic Four, number 21. Renewed interest in Marvel Zombies has their first appearance on people's radar again, with a bunch of sales this week in the $10 to $15 range. I do happen to have this book. Last year, I bought a set. I actually owned 1 through 50 of Ultimate Fantastic Four, and I sold them all, probably for like $2 a piece. So that wasn't, probably for less than $2 a piece. And I rebought the Ultimate the zombie run there. I think it's like issues 21 through 24 or something. So I rebought them, for pretty cheap, basically for a little bit over cover, and got those in the collection. They're a really good read. I like that storyline much better than the actual Marvel Zombies. So it's a pretty good read. I think it's 21 through 24 maybe. It's like a 4-issue run. Number 6 on the list, Sandman, number 8. I believe that's the first appearance of Death, if I'm not mistaken. Either that or Lucifer. I mean, it might be Lucifer. Damn, I think it might be Lucifer. I can't remember. It's either Death or Lucifer. It doesn't say here in the comments, but yeah, TV News is pushing it. 9/8 went from $400 to $500. This would be one of those things, if you got lucky buying a collection, maybe you'd have that issue in the collection along with Sandman #1, which is number 5 on the list. So I'll kind of handle both at the same time. I'm not a big Neil Gaiman fan. I mean, I think his writing is decent. It's above average. But you got to be into that genre anyways. So, yeah, I would say for what it was back in the day, there's some significance to it. I do think if you could get a really good deal on issue 1 or 8, your best bet is maybe if you could find it in a run or maybe find it in a collection, that kind of thing. But yeah, it wouldn't be bad to have in your collection for sure. Number 4, Marvel Comics presents number 6. We've talked about this to death now. Sales are up to $50, $60. That's even higher now. I mean, I saw a bunch of sales this week around 70 to 75. Print run is very low on this. I would say the print run is below 10,000 on that title. They're second printing it already. Yeah, I just think it's a worthy book to have in your collection. First appearance of a character that Marvel, might expand even more. Who knows? We don't know what the future holds for Wolverine's daughter, but we'll find out. Number 3, Zombie Tramp, number 61, the Stan Lee variant. Boobs on Stan Lee's grave is going for $50. All right. I mean, think about comic books in terms of what would that book be worth 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Maybe this will be worth money. I don't think it'll be worth that much. The only book that's probably going to have any value would be maybe Zombie Tramp #1, the first appearance of Zombie Tramp, for people that are interested in that character. But issue 61, just because she's putting her boobs on Stan Lee's grave, it's kind of, I don't know. It's nothing I would pay $50 or $60 for, that's for sure. All right, number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 95. First appearance of a new turtle. I believe a female turtle. Starts with a J. I don't know. Can't remember how to pronounce it. Regular cover getting 25 to 30. The one for 10 around $100. Obviously, no one knew this was coming. Everyone was focused on Marvel Comics Presents number 6. Was focused on Walking Dead 193 rather. And yeah, this slipped under the radar. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector or fan, so I guess if you're a big-time collector of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books, you would probably be willing to spend some money. Yeah, $30 for the A cover and the 1 in 10 going for $100. Amazing. And it just came out on Wednesday. Number 1, no surprise, is Walking Dead 193. I've talked about that on my last video. It's a great read, going for $30 to $40. It's definitely the end of an era, end of a great Image book. I gave it a little bit of criticism in the past just because it did kind of drag a little bit for me. But they ended it really strong, and I think that's what you want to do as a creator, kind of create your world and then end it the way you want to end it. And I think Kirkman did a great job. I love that he surprised everybody. I'm sure everybody thought either issue 200 or some obviously higher issue number in the future. People were probably thinking 250, maybe 300. He even said that he was hoping he could get the 300, but 193, yeah, that's it. So it's a pretty thick book. I mean, it's definitely prestige format. 70, 80 pages, something like that. I mean, it was good. I mean, I loved reading every page. I thought it was done very, very well. So definitely that would be my pick of the week as far as that goes. So if you haven't picked that up already, you're going to probably have to pay a little bit more money. I was lucky to get one at a comic book shop for cover price. I wish I could have picked up two, but yeah, they were limiting it to one per customer, so you got to respect it. And I didn't feel like driving around another 10 or 20 miles to another comic book shop. So yeah, that's it. All right, guys, that's my video for the CBSI top 10 list. I guess I should mention maybe the honorable mentions. No One Left to Fight, #1. This was a book that I guess it's going for 20 bucks now. I saw it. I could have easily picked it up on Midtown, but passed on it. Yeah, I don't know much about it other than it's somewhat of a hot book, at least at the moment. Yeah, we'll wait and see on that. The other one, All New Comics #4. Just another old, obscure comic book that a handful of people even care about. It looks like a 7.0 sold for $4,000. Holy smokes. So there's definitely a niche part of the collecting comic book community that even cares about these older books. But no doubt about it, if they're in high grade, they're scarce. So my dream one day is to buy buy one of those storage units and have a bunch of old comic books. And then I might get more into that genre of comic book collecting. But yeah, until that happens, I'm probably going to avoid it. So that's it, guys. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Like my video if you can. And also comment. Would love to hear what you think. What's your opinion on this list? And I always enjoy reading comic books and really enjoy being part of the community here on YouTube. I hope everybody's doing well. Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be joining a discussion with metaphorical speculation on his channel. We'll be broadcasting that. So look for that video. I think he's going to be doing a live stream. He's had some technical difficulties on the last few times we've tried to broadcast. So hopefully he's gotten that repaired now. But we're going to be talking comics, movies, things that are moving. We'll probably talk about The Walking Dead. So that is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.